Welcome to the Actually You Can podcast. I'm Myf Galloway, a performance coach passionate about supporting ambitious and high-performing women just like you who know they have untapped potential just waiting to be unleashed. If you're looking to massively up-level your performance in all areas of life, you've come to the right place. My goal on this podcast is to take you beneath the surface so you can connect with yourself on a deeper level while providing you with valuable insights and the tools necessary to navigate life's challenges and go after your goals with strength, clarity, and wisdom. If you're ready to uncover the truth which lies underneath so you can recognize your powerful feminine leadership style, pursue your goals unapologetically, and thrive in every aspect of your life, hit the follow button and get ready to explore the incredible possibilities that lie within you. Together, we'll uncover your next steps in achieving peak performance, because actually, you can. Hey there, and welcome to this week's episode of Actually, You Can. This morning, I had grand plans to get stuck in and do some business work while my husband was out at football. However, shortly after he left, our suburb lost power, so for the past few hours, I've been doing all of those chores around the house that I've been putting off. Laundry, sheep, you know the things. And before we jump into today's episode, I wanted to share two main takeaways from this situation. So number one, sometimes things don't always go to plan, and that's okay. The better able you are to manage your response to these situations and either move through them or pivot, the more resilient, adaptable, and successful you will become. Instead of sitting on the couch scrolling Instagram until the power came back on, I asked myself, what is something important but not urgent that I've been putting off that I could do in this moment without power instead? And the answer was laundry and housework. So instead of wasting the 2 hours that I had because I wasn't able to execute my original plan, I found the opportunity to do something productive instead. The second thing was that you can choose what your experience is in any given situation. I don't know why, I just don't enjoy doing laundry. If you enjoy doing laundry, share with me your secrets in the comments below. I would love to hear them. And there are some times you just need to suck it up and do the things you don't enjoy. However, where I can, I choose to find enjoyment in as much of what I do as possible, as it's the accumulation of all the small things you do day in, day out that determine your level of fulfillment with life. So I chose to fold laundry while listening to a recording of a masterclass on discipline, funnily enough, that I had missed earlier in the week. As a result, not only did I get the laundry and a bunch of other chores done, but I also learned some new tools that I implemented in the process of doing the household chores and that I'm trying on for the rest of the day to ensure I still get all the things done that I need to today, including recording this podcast. So with that all aside, let's dive into today's episode. So today I'll be sharing more about the second component of my signature self-exploration, empowerment, and embodiment framework. This framework has been key in helping multi-six-figure female leaders achieve their goals faster and evolve into the person they want to become or that is required of them in a particular chapter of life. A few weeks ago, I covered the first part of this process, self-exploration, in episode 55. If you haven't listened to it yet, I highly recommend checking it out for a deeper understanding of this element of the framework. But to recap briefly so the rest of this episode makes sense, self-exploration revolves around developing self-awareness, identifying your values, recognizing your strengths, uncovering trapped emotions, and addressing limiting beliefs. Today's focus is on the second part of the framework, empowerment. Now, I know the term empowerment can sometimes be overused and feel a bit vague in the personal development world. In saying this, it's a vital strategic aspect of my approach. Empowerment in my world involves equipping you with the necessary skills, knowledge, and resources to take control of your life and achieve your goals. It focuses on developing self-discipline, self-worth, resilience, adaptability, and providing opportunities for you to develop your abilities and make clear, informed decisions for yourself about your life. Are you struggling to reach your goals? Good mental health and physical health are the foundation of success. We often think we need to make drastic changes, but these can leave us feeling discouraged and stuck. The truth is, sustainable transformation happens through small, consistent actions taken over time. This is why I've created a list of over 40 strategies and activities that can help you to achieve the transformation you've been dreaming of without overwhelming changes. The strategies involve simply changing the way you approach common tasks, and many of the actions can be done in less than 5 minutes. So don't let feeling overwhelmed hold you back from committing to improving your mental and physical health. Download your guide for free using the link in the show notes and start your journey to optimal mental and physical health today. Now back to the show. Some key elements we discuss as part of this step of the process are autonomy, where we work to build your ability to act independently and make your own choices based on your own free will, desires, and goals. Essentially, ensuring that you're continually recognizing the power you have over your decisions and ability to create your own destiny. We also look at building self-confidence and self-worth. In part 1, the self-exploration part of this framework, we work on developing self-acceptance, which is all about acknowledging and appreciating yourself, imperfections and all. And in part 2, we look at self-confidence and self-worth. And while they are related, they are distinct concepts that contribute to your overall sense of self and ability to get shit done and achieve your goals. So self-confidence refers to the trust you have in your abilities, skills, and judgment. It's about having faith in yourself to handle various situations effectively and successfully. I like to look at self-confidence as how competent you feel in any given situation. So, for example, if you're a female leader, you could have a high degree of self-confidence leading a meeting. However, you might not feel as confident in a gym environment if you're relatively new to training. So developing self-confidence often involves overcoming self-doubt, learning from experiences, and continuously improving oneself. Self-worth, on the other hand, is a deeper and more stable sense of personal value and acceptance. Unlike self-confidence, self-worth is less likely to fluctuate in response to temporary circumstances, environments, or setbacks. We all have an inner critic that loves to nitpick and point out our flaws. It's natural to let this inner critic get the best of us sometimes, but if we let them win too often, they start to think they're right. A recent example of a challenge with self-worth that a client of mine had was that she was in an organization that was going through some structural changes, and a colleague who joined her team was acting in her wounded feminine. In other words, she was being really manipulative, being inauthentic, playing the victim, and starting rumors about my client in the workplace that were just untrue. The impact of this for my client was that she was feeling really anxious when she woke up in the morning at the thought of even going to work. And then when she was at work, she was worried about her words getting twisted and her reputation being damaged. So she simply went to work, did her job, and came home. Now, my client is a very outgoing, energetic, and happy individual, so this was very uncharacteristic of her. And this new colleague had rattled her because she was proving my client's inner critic right. So we're working on being able to identify when her inner critic starts to fire up with criticisms. When this happens, we're practicing the skill of asking the following questions. Does this have any basis in fact? Is this kind or not? Is this telling me something I need to know? If none of these things are true, then she is encouraged to tell her inner critic to see itself out because those thoughts aren't welcome here. This will empower her to better manage her experience in a challenging work environment until she's able to move jobs. Another essential aspect of the empowerment process is developing skills and knowledge. As previously mentioned, supporting my client in building her self-worth involved providing real-life skill-building opportunities. This happens through education, training, practice, and debriefing. When such opportunities are not readily available, I assign specific tasks designed to help cultivate these skills. The key to this approach is ensuring that tasks are appropriately challenging. They should be neither overwhelming nor too easy, much like finding the right balance in a workout at the gym. The aim is to choose tasks that facilitate personal growth each time they are completed. By gradually enhancing your abilities and understanding, you will acquire the necessary tools to overcome challenges and effectively pursue your goals. Lastly, it's crucial to remember that part of this process and a key to transformation and self-actualization is to remember that even a healthy flower won't thrive in poor soil. Throughout your journey, a supportive and encouraging environment is essential. My primary goal as your coach when working with clients is to cultivate such an environment, focusing on creating a safe space for vulnerability and personal growth, nurturing your progress with empathy and understanding, fostering respect, inclusivity, and mutual support, and empowering you to make positive change in your life. By providing a nurturing environment tailored to your needs, you can navigate your journey with confidence, knowing that you have the support and the resources necessary for success. So there you have it. That is just a little insight into what goes on when I work with clients in part 2, the empowerment phase of my signature transformation and self-actualization framework. I have been using this framework for over 4 years now to help people achieve their goals faster and step into their next evolution, whether that be in their career, in their health and fitness, or in their relationships. Part 3 of the process is embodiment, and nothing changes without this step. So be sure to hit subscribe so you catch part 3 of this series, because without embodiment and action, nothing changes. In the meantime though, if you'd like to learn more about how I can support you to reach your goals faster or step confidently into your next evolution, shoot me a DM on Instagram at Myf Galloway or send me an email through my website, and let's get started on your journey today. Until next time, keep having the courage to dream big and confidently head in the direction of everything you've ever wanted for yourself, because actually, you can. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope this was helpful. If you thought of someone while listening to this podcast, I would be so grateful if you could share this episode with them. While you're doing that, please also take a moment to leave a review on the podcast if you haven't yet already. It takes less than a minute and it means so much to me and helps this podcast to reach more people just like you. Thank you so much for that, and I'll see you in the next episode. In the meantime, go out and achieve every dream you have, because actually, you can.